Oh, good morning, it's Dale here. I just wanted to talk about my little trip to the beach last year. I went back this year and I was planning to show my work on the beach, by the river mouth, but I can tell you it was so windy I couldn't even hardly hold my camera, so I took a little video of the actual the river and the mouth, and I'll put it at the bottom after this, add it in there on the Facebook page. But I stayed in a beach hut, if you remember, and I haven't finished it, I did a lot of drawings and collecting of stuff while I was there, and since then I've painted up papers and it's a bit of botanical eco dyeing and things that I collected that I thought went with the themes. So I painted tissue text and all sorts of stuff that I might be able to use, because that's my beach picture. That's not at the river mouth where I was, but it's the beach at Foxton, and it's one of my favourite pieces and I've used it a lot. So I thought today I would just show you some of the things that I did. I have a little thing where one of those machines that I print out my photos, which I can use, and one of the things I do quite often is to perhaps print some of my images onto onto labels, sticky labels, and then I just pull off the bits and pieces so you might know what it is. But that's one way that I work with the labels. Are really good for putting work, and I did things like a few sketches and drawings. So the first little thing that I have managed to get together is a little book of some of the drawings and stuff that I did. I made a machine wrapped cord, which I put through it, but you can see here I've used different colouring mediums, washi tape, some of my little photos, and I simply made a book. These are the colours that sort of relate to what I was doing. So if you're doing little sketches like this, then you can just use them however you like. I've used a bit of, I think I had tea there, so I splashed the papers with tea, put on other bits that I'd collected, and so that's just a very non-picturesque, but a much more rash collection of things. And then that's my little book like that I started. And then I moved on to, I want to make a bigger book that's not anywhere near finished, but I'll answer it'll features later on, no doubt. So I started off just for people who weave. This is a little frame that I cut at home. You don't have to buy a fancy weaving frame at all, and cut the shapes out. It's not even at all by any means. Remember that I don't do perfect, and there are little inserts at the top where I wrap the thread around. I have another one here, which is just another piece of card that I would wrap around and then weave through. That's a slightly different one. You cut it out, you work out what you're going to do with it when you're finished. And so this is one that I've made here. That's one page, could be the first page, and just see some of the chiffon, hand-dyed. Always look for things that suit your colours, and some of the threads, and of course the ubiquitous GIMP stitched down, and that's one page. And each of these pages is a cardi paper, and on some of them I've put hand-dyed cotton scrim, always very useful. And here's that where I did the packing tape transfer, and one of the lovely things about it coming off, that's a Godwit, and you can see what's underneath, so if there were words or the scrim, so you've got that instant activity there for you. This is just a page all coloured and probably sprayed and in readiness for something else. This is another little one that I've made that's not been finished yet, but it's a little bit of woven pre-felts, just to get those colours again. I'm always looking for what I want. This is another packing tape one that is at the beach. And this time, of course, those displays of sticks and little houses were all gone. But, it shows you how it changes. And this is one that a copy or sort of stylised of what I stitched from that on Romeo, water-soluble and clipped off. This is another one where I just printed it on pre-felt, or on some handmade felt, and then stitched on, painted, so there's still a bit of the silver there to show the leaves and things. This is another one I just did when I was mucking around with those colours, and again it'll end up, this is another page that, just to get the colours again, using sari chiffon, and I will stitch on that and do it. And finally there's another little one of that was my favourite shot I took some years ago, just a bit of the beach and the edge of it. So that will all become a book, and it'll have, you know, machine wrap cords and things like that. And then next time I'll show you the rest of what I've done, see if I can't get a better video of down at the beach. So see you again, bye.